Hey everybody, so I'm going to show you what FlipGrid looks like from the student perspective. This would be a great video to share with your students or parents if they're trying to, you know, get into the grid and record things and everything. So this is my teacher view. You saw this probably in my last video. What I did is I made a practice grid and I set it to private PLC, which means that it doesn't have to be connected to my school email because I'm actually going to go into my personal email to show you how to record it from the student side. So if you're setting this up to be like sometimes people want to set it up for parents to send messages to their kids. There's other ways to do that, but one way is to set up the private PLC. Now it's a private PLC because I actually have a password attached to it. You can't get into the grid without this password, but any email address can record it. It's not just a random grid that random people can find and record on. You have to have the link, you have to have the password, okay? So I'm gonna switch screens here. And what I did is I took the link, flipgrid.com/Badesso practice grid, and I just put that into where my personal email is, okay? And that's the link you would send out to parents or whoever you want to record in this grid. And then you're going to enter the password. Okay. Help if I could type. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to say, let's go. Now you'd have to send them the password. If you don't send them the password, then they cannot get into this. You don't have to set up a password. I think it's better though, especially if you're getting videos from outside of your school domain. Okay. So you can see that when we go back, I'm going to switch back and forth to the screens here. We go into the practice grid. I didn't really add any of my own topics. FlipGrid, new grids always start with this say hello on FlipGrid. So I just kind of left it. You could add whatever topics you want, and I went through that in the other video, so you can refer to that, and I will link that on here for you. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how you would go about recording a response in here. So this is the thing that we're responding to. Right here is this giant plus sign, okay? It's got these like weird, it's like pulsing almost, okay? So this giant plus sign, you're gonna hit the giant plus sign, okay? It is gonna ask you to log in. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the login with Google. This will automatically make it so that you can record the person's name. It'll automatically give you the person's name. That's why it's connected through your Google account, okay? So here I am on the screen here. You can see I have 1 minute and 30 seconds, okay? You've got all this business down here that I'm gonna go through, all right? So I'm gonna hit record, we're gonna start. It gives them a countdown. When the countdown is over, that's how they know they're ready to record, okay? So now I'm recording. It'll tell you, it gives you like a little timer here, because again, I have that 1 minute and 30 seconds. So it gives you this little timer right here. And then as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna let it go about 30 seconds. As soon as I'm done, you're gonna hit this, well, you're gonna hit pause, and then eventually you're gonna hit this next arrow, okay? All these things right here are what we're gonna use later on. All right, so I'm gonna hit pause. You could pause it and come back if you want, but what I'm gonna do next is hit next. When the countdown is over, that's how they know they're ready to record, okay? So now you can see this lets them review their video. They can edit it if they want to. You can see it's kind of coming up in frames here. If they want to add more, they can go back. But I'm just going to pretend that I like this and it's good, and we're going to move on. I'm going to hit next again. The next thing, it requires you to take a selfie. Now, this makes some kids uncomfortable. If they're okay recording themselves, usually they're okay with taking a selfie, but kind of makes some of them uncomfortable. So I'm going to show you what you can do. So first you take the selfie. Okay, you can redo it. I didn't even smile. Let's try it again. Okay, so what you can do is you can add filters. So the filters, see, just change the color. You can pixelate it. The pixelation makes it so that you can't tell really who it is, although the person's name will pop up. or you can just leave it alone. You can put some text on. So maybe I want to type like, oops, maybe I want to type hi. Okay, and then once you have that typed on there, you can move it around, put it up here. I can make it really big. Okay, you can put stickers on here. All right, so maybe I want to put, there's a ton, a ton of stickers. Maybe I want to put a construction guy. I have no idea why I would do that, but you can put those stickers on. This changes, it's like a writing tool, and it changes the color here. So you can scribble on things like if you didn't want somebody to see something in your background, I don't know, something like that. Okay, this will fill it with different colors. So maybe you don't really want to use your selfie at all. Okay, you can fill it with black, or you can have no filter. And then you can also do a custom sticker, which just allows you to drop like a JPEG or something like that. Okay, when you're done, again, you're going to hit next. Okay, so this is going to tell us what your display name is. And most people don't mess around with that. I tell my students, please just leave your name there, because sometimes I'm going through and I need to find a specific person's because I'm grading or I'm checking. So I just say, please leave your name there. If you want to take out your last name and you just want to put your first name or first name, last initial, something like that. You could type a title like hello, okay? And then the link option would be like, let's say they were doing a book talk or a report of some kind, and they had to link the Google Doc that goes along with it. Then they would have to link that there. I don't typically use the links because I have a management system through my school district that allows me to collect those things. So this is usually just in addition to it. When everything is finished, you hit submit video. Okay, and then you're all done. So you can download it. This is the direct link to your video. You don't have to do anything with any of this to send it. It's already been sent. Okay, so you can see right here, it's already there. Okay, and I can view it. I can watch it as a student. But when I go back to the teacher view, I'm just going to refresh it really quickly. You can see right here, it says one video because I have one video, and I can see right here that this is my video. Nobody has watched it yet. When the countdown is over, that's how. So I can view it, and when I'm in the teacher view here, I can do a couple things, okay? First of all, what I can do is add comments. I can be like, that's, and this is what I usually do. Awesome. I give them some feedback. If you set up a rubric, you could say I get a 5 for ideas. I'm gonna give myself a 5 for everything, okay? But you can set up a little rubric on ideas and performance. The rubric is kind of a little bit more advanced, so there'll be a separate video on those type of advanced features. But once you're done with that, you can email them the feedback, okay? And then that feedback will get sent to my email address. You can also add it to a mixtape. Again, I'm going to make a separate video about mixtapes that you can watch. You can spark the video. So what that means is you are using that response as like a featured response for the other students to see. And then again, you can do featured response. Okay, so this will be like right there at the top when students go to view it. Okay. Some other things that you might want to take a look at is edits. If you want to edit it, if you want to edit any of the information for the student, you can, especially if they maybe put something in they shouldn't have, or if they had their last name and you don't want their last name. And then you can also share it. So like if you needed to share this video with a parent or something like that, you can share it. Sometimes with in the beginning of the year, what I have my students do is make goals on FlipGrid, and we share the QR codes at conference time with the parents so that they can go home and watch the videos. Okay. So a couple things when you're on the teacher view here. Remember that when you're done with the topic, you can hide it. Okay, you can just share all of the um, grids and everything. You can print QR codes. So there's only one video, but if I had a whole bunch, I would print them out. Um, there's lots of different things that you can do. Okay, actions here is some of these again are more advanced, but you can hide responses. So let's say, like, again, maybe a kid doesn't want their response necessarily shown. Um, or maybe they're a little bit embarrassed, you can hide it specific responses. You can duplicate it. Maybe you want to save it for some reason. You can delete it. So there's lots of things you can do on the teacher end here. Okay, so that's a little view of how it looks from the teacher end and the student end. Hopefully that was helpful. And like I said, there's going to be lots more videos coming out about FlipGrid, and I will try to link them here so that you can access them more easily. See ya.